Hey, what's up you guys? You're watching Team APS, and in today's video, I'm not actually going to be complaining about the power creep. Instead, we're going to be taking a glass half full approach and thinking about what all decks could, get restored, get the buffs back because the power creep has gotten the way it is. So what I mean by this is, we all know Yu-Gi-Oh's gotten really fast. Things have been getting crept out quicker and quicker, and the decks now are just super powerful, and old decks can't compete. I made a video about it before, you can watch that. So my question is, with these decks as just advantageous and as just fast and having as many outs and power plays as they do, we've seen that Mermails, even with 3 gun, can't really compete. Fire Fist, even with 3 Wolf Park, can't really compete. And Blackwings have all their stuff back. Obvious example of a deck that can't do anything. So my question is, what all other decks could maybe get some stuff off the ban list and not really be a huge threat, but still be more playable for the people who like them? Let's think. Six Samurai, Heretics, Dragon Rulers, Artifacts, Spellbooks, Infernities, Insectors, Wind-Ups. Now let's think about these. I know people at first are going to be like, no, I don't want those decks back at full power. They're way too broken and game breaking. I lost all the time. It's crazy. Okay, slow down for a second. The thing is that a lot of these decks, if they came back now, might not even make a dent in the format. I mean, a few of them would be really powerful, and that's okay. But I don't think that all of these decks would be as huge a threats as we'd like to think. So let's just sort of take a few of them one by one. Here's one, Gear. Gear, the trap, went to 1, and that alone caused some major problems. The deck just lost a lot of consistency. It was really tough to run the level 3s at that point. And, yeah. So what could they do? I think Gear could come back to 2, and I don't really think that it would change the game very much. I think maybe putting it back to 3 would be a little bit extreme, but then again, decks with grindy rank 4 plays already exist, and as we've seen before, Shaddoll Winda and things like that just completely cut that strategy away. And the Burning Abyss traps will just decimate it, I think. And even though Burning Abyss are going trapless, they OTK you really fast. I understand Clefort literally do the whole advantage recycle thing better than Gear did. So even if Gear went to 3, I don't think it would just absolutely blow the game out of the water. Another one is Six Samurai. Now, I know that Gateway opens up a lot of OTKs, but has anyone ever considered that maybe the problem is just like something like Kazan? Maybe if you just put Kazan to 1? Because the thing is, it's just Kazan being able to summon, and be used as Xyz material and then attached and then gotten back with the card. I don't think Gateway 6 is a hugely broken card. It's MST-able in a format where MST is staple at 3, and Full House and Fairy Wind are also popular techs. So really maybe just putting Gateway to 1 or 2, but just putting Kazan to 1 so you don't get to abuse it so much might be the better choice. So Six Samurai players can actually get their power card back. Maybe even put Shi into 2 or 3. Honestly, the card's not meaningful very much in this format. Double Dark Hole or Dark Hole Raigeki or Compulse Mirror Force, they all deal with it really swiftly. Or you just use monster effects, which are like everything right now. And then there are still loads of others. There's Dragon Rulers, dare I say it. Now I know people have really touchy feelings about this deck, but my thing about it is that Dragon Rulers aren't the worst thing in the world. If they all went to something like 2, I don't think it would destroy the game. Or you could bring all the babies back to 1 and just keep the adults at 1. Would things get broken and game breaking and crazy? Don't think so. Honestly, again, Winda shuts a lot of these strategies down. Burning Abyss's traps shut a lot of these strategies down. Klee overpower most plays, and Draco Sack and stuff like that doesn't really make a big deal. Draco Sack being able to pop isn't a huge thing anymore. And Big Eye stealing, we've got Snatch Steal, so we should be used to it by now. There are others. I think that 3-axis Fire Fist could maybe finally actually get a chance to be playable. The deck was playable for 2 weeks. Bring Spirit back to 3. Let's see what happens. Maybe it'll be awful, but maybe it won't. Maybe it won't even be able to really keep up. It was just a fast deck, but it wasn't tier 0, that I remember at least. And then, we've got wind-ups, free to vote for the toys. We could definitely put Carriers in Mighty to 1. There wouldn't be a Hunter loop. It's just a card that summons from deck. I mean, you know, we got lots of free summons from deck with Burning Abyss and stuff like that. So, I mean, would really Carrier to 1 make a huge difference? Or maybe put Magician to 2? Or maybe both? Because really, what are Windups going to do when they're faced against things like Winda? It just doesn't feel like they would have like a huge, like, advantage or anything like that. Let's see, what else is there? So how about spellbooks? Well, I'm not an advocate of like Spellbook of Judgment to 3. I know that's kind of crazy. But what about Fate to 2 or 3? I mean, the card isn't like ungodly broken. Or maybe even Spellbook of Judgment to 1. Now, before you like persecute me and all this crazy stuff, remember, there are decks that can go +3, 4 easily in a turn. I mean, Fire Lake is a +3 just when you resolve it. I mean, you know, Cleforts can literally bring back a +2, 3, 4 just with a Pendulum Summon just like that. I mean, I don't think that a single copy of Spellbook of Judgment would like destroy things. I also don't think that 2 or 3 Fate would really be a huge deal either. Spellbooks have a tough time actually competing. They still don't have much defense. So I don't think it would be a horrible thing to give them some sort of support back. My point with this video is basically just that a lot of the decks that were broken in their time and are still on the ban list could definitely come back. There are examples that I know I missed. Heretics, Infernities. I mean, the decks are honestly numerous. The ban list has loads of culprits. Royal Tribute, so Gravekeepers, there's one. Like, you know what I mean? Some of these cards could easily come back, and I don't think that the game would suffer horribly because of it. People complain so much about the power creep and about how cards are just getting irrelevant really fast and they're just making things obsolete. Like the Hands came and went, Wiretap came and went, Curry Bandit came and went, you know, Breaker Skill was popular, then it wasn't. Like, I don't think that some of these decks coming back would be that bad. I want to know what you guys think. In the comments, please let me know what are some of your favorite decks that you think could come back and not really break the format, but be playable. Artifacts even? I mean, they're new, but yeah, like, let's hear about it. I want to hear what you guys think in the comments. Also, before I conclude this video, I am supposed to give a shout out to Abyss Dwellers. It's a new YouTube channel. He asked me to give him a shout out, so check him out. I'll have a link in the description. Also, follow me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch where I live stream sometimes. Subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh videos, and I will catch you guys later.